Thunder rolls and lightning strikes. That's Garth Brooks. This is Mission Log Live. I'm Ken Ray.
And I'm John Champion. How many times has this happened to you? You're watching or listening to Mission Log Live, and wished you could play the lightning round.
Oh, the lightning round. You remember that, don't you? We'd have a guest at the very end of the show. We'd hit him with question after question in super short order. This thing or that thing or the other thing. Then in the end, well, it's not a competition. So in the end, it would just kind of end. Tonight, we have no guest. And you know what that means? All lightning.
Yeah, we go full lightning. All right. So riddle you what? Well, tons of Trek topics, questions, choices. I will say the lightning round is like lotto. You got to be in it to win it. And here's how you do that. Click on the Zoom meeting link or use the one tap from your smartphone or call us at 669-900-6833, 669-900-6833. Then enter the meeting code that you will see on screen or in the show description and ride the lightning.
Oh, yeah. Now, it's not just going to be lightning. I mean, we're, saying it's lightning all the time. That was an Eddie Murphy song, wasn't it? A lot of times, we wanted to know why people chose the things that they did. So we may ask you, be ready to not defend your position. Okay, we're not going to attack you much. Also, if you have a question for us, either before you play or, there's some topic you want to hit or maybe something that you want to bring to the world at large, the floor is yours. Hit us up using the Zoom link or the one tap from your smartphone or call 669-900-6833. 669-900-6833. Operator is standing by.
Hey, I like how you said that, Ken, about how we might ask a question or two. It's worth pointing out here that there are no wrong answers, except when you or I decide that it is a wrong answer that needs to be confronted.
Right.
I think,
exactly.
That's exactly how this works.
Somebody hit me up, hit us all up, hit up the planet, but they added us on Twitter earlier today saying, so we've got a first-time Trekker or Trekkie, whichever, and trying to decide which movies are essential from the original series. I think they had like 2, 3, 4, and then they had 2, 3, 4, and 6, and then I think 2 and 6, and I was like, I'm sorry, your poll is broken because there's not an all of the above.
Yeah, it's all of the above.
Can't do that. Exactly. I think that's
just
the
watch
answer
the
to that
movies.
question.
Yeah,
that's about the only thing that I think we're going to say. No, you're wrong.
Yeah,
and other stuff that we might say.
And other stuff, right. Hey, so speaking of people who should be playing this game and calling in and hitting the one tap and hitting that link, I'm going to say hi to those people right now because they're already there. I see them. They're saying hi to us. What they need to do is call up. So, hi, Casey. Hi, Homer. Hey, Homer, how about picking up the phone? Hey, David, Cosmo, how about picking up the phone, huh? There's Chuck, there's Chris, there's Kim, there's Tate, there's Brian. Brian says, greetings and felicitations, my fellow gangsters of Triskelion. So he knows what's up. He could pick up the phone too. There's Barbara, there's Paul. I mentioned Carlos. Did I mention Carlos? Carlos, you're here every week. You know what to do, pal. There's Barry. There's so many. There's Pam. Pam, I think maybe new, maybe not, but Pam says, hi, John and Ken. Glad the lightning round is back. Look, we have Earl to thank for this. Earl's one who said, you know what you need to do? All lightning round. And he was right. He was right. So let's none of us let Earl down. That's really what this show is about. There's Barry. She says, just rolling in like thunder.
Nice.
There's Thomas and there's Rick. All the people are there. They're ready to go.
Yeah. And so the lightning round is coming up in just a bit. Before we get to that, though, and let me remind everybody, because, John's just hammering you saying, call in. 669-900-6833 is how you do that. 669-900-6833, or use the one tap from your smart. Do all that crap on Facebook. I can't even remember. There's something else coming up after this show, John. It's actually, is it bad form to say whether it's happening right now? Let's definitely say after this show, there's something that you want to be sure people check out.
Yeah, definitely after the show. No idea if it's happening right now. None whatsoever.
Yeah.
Yeah, just forget we even mentioned that. Mm-hmm.
That possibility, yeah.
Larry Nemechek, Portal 47. He's got the open house tonight with Robert Hewitt Wolf. So Larry's premium service, Portal 47, he has all of his behind the scenes stuff, special guests, interviews. Well, he's doing an open house tonight from 7 to 9, and you can go join that after this show. Don't miss the lightning round. What are you, crazy? Very easy. You go to join.freeconferencecall.com/47random. I believe, Earl has got that up on the screen. You can also call in 712-775-7031 and put in the access code 280605. Again, check it out on screen. But go see what Larry's doing, because he's got so much material and so many good guests coming over to Portal 47. Tonight is one of those rare open houses where anybody, not just the members, can go in and check it out. So do that, won't you? And tell Larry we said hi.
Yeah, hang out with us for an hour and then go hang out with Larry for an hour and Robert Hewitt-Wolf. And yeah, that information, hopefully we can get Earl to put that back up on the screen again later, maybe towards the end of the show. When people are like, oh, I want to go see that thing. Where was it? How was it? What? So yeah, stay tuned. Because
by the way, Earl just dropped us a note saying Robert Hewitt-Wolf isn't on until 8.
Oh.
So duh. So just wait and go at 8.
There's no point in even going before 8. That's not what I meant to say at all, I promise. We do have another thing coming up. So last week, John put the call out to people, Sensarians, as they're called, people who actually have events or have accounts, excuse me, at Sansar, which is the virtual reality platform that we've been working with for over a year now. That's where the Roddenberry Nexus is. That's where the Roddenberry Theater is in Sansar. And put together a little contest. They've got a new thing where you're able to more easily affect what your avatar looks like. And so the idea was Trek or Treat, where you could make your own little alien guy or gal, make your own uniform, make your own new avatar, and you're going to be judged. You know, it's like real life, but virtual. And then the winner, Rod Roddenberry, is going to wear your avatar around Sansar for like a month. We're going to make sure that he is fed. We're going to make sure that he's walked at least one day. But he's going to spend the other 30 days wearing your avatar in Sansar. Remind people, if you would please, Mr. Champion, when that's going to be announced and how they go about getting their account.
Very easy. So the trick is you want to start now. Start designing that avatar now. And if you haven't signed up, just go to sansar.com, create your free account, and then do what Ken says, which is play VR Barbie. Just start designing, making stuff, make it crazy, make it weird. It is Halloween. Then on Monday, October 28th at 7 p.m. Pacific, we or some combination of us will be online to have a look at those avatars and then hopefully just pick something embarrassing for Rod. So that's my plan anyway.
That should be fun. Yeah. So be sure and check that out. That's Monday is when the judging happens. So get everything done before then, and then turn up and see what turns up. Hey, we do have a poll question. We had one last week, got one this week too. Last week, the question was, what has you more excited? Picard, the upcoming series, of course, on CBS All Access, or season 3 of Discovery? And Picard is hands down the winner. 88% of people who responded to the poll say Picard has them more excited than Discovery. Only 12% are more excited about that. I think you said last week, John, but I can't remember. Which one are you?
Yeah, I mean, look, I'm anxious for them both to come back. I want new Star Trek. I want new stories. There's just so much anticipation about Picard. I got to throw in with Picard. It's been so long since you've seen Picard on screen, and I want to know where they're going to go with this. So yeah, if I had to choose one to watch right now, I'm going to choose to watch Picard.
Interesting.
Yeah,
probably me too. Probably me too. I don't know though. Yeah. I don't want to have to choose, and so I'm gonna choose to not. I think, but yeah, if you put me to it, yeah, probably Picard. I think that would be the one, just because I miss those characters, and I haven't had time to miss Discovery. Take it off the air for 5 years, and then we'll see. But in the meantime. Yeah, I told you when we wrapped up our viewings of TNG, I wasn't done with those characters. I know, TV was done with them at that point. They wanted to go on to the movies, but I wasn't ready to let them go. So yeah, I'm glad to see them back. I don't even think Data looks that bad. Everybody who lost their minds, okay, how did you look 25 years ago? Out of curiosity, or however long it was. So
me?
Anyway,
you're asking me right now?
No, you look fabulous. I'm fairly certain.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, with your chipmunk cheeks and probably We're born with a tux, is my guess. Hey, what's this week's poll question, John?
Well, this week, in honor of the lightning round, we had to ask the classic lightning round question. Have you ever been to Vulcan, Alberta, Canada? And before I give the results, I just have to say that here's the thing. When I post the poll question and then I sit there and I wait, and I see how it's playing out. And I got really excited there because I kept seeing those poll numbers shift like one after another. And it was yes, like 14%, 15%, 16%. And I think where we are right now, last time I checked, yes, 9%, no, 91%. Now, you can look at that as a negative, that not enough people have been to Vulcan, Alberta, Canada. You could look at it as a positive. Look at the opportunity here for all of us to go to Vulcan, Alberta, Canada. And just put this thing to rest once and for all. So when we come back in a year, and then boom, it's at yes, 100%.
See, they have like Trek days or something like that up in Vulcan, Alberta, Canada.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So seriously, just the Roddenberry Podcast Network, we could turn that whole thing into a podcast convention as well. If we just bring our shows, and then all of a sudden, it's like Woodstock for a new millennium, one that they actually let happen.
Well, perfect. And look, I was about to feel bad about the whole thing, but now I'm getting word from our first guest that we're bringing in. Vulcan is licensed. So I don't have to feel bad. I don't have to say like that place in Canada that has a vaguely Star Trek theme to it. No, it's real deal. So Roddenberry, we can go up there. We can wave those Federation banners proudly.
There you go. You mentioned our first person, by the way. We did actually reach out to a friend to start things off, just in case, nobody wanted to play the lightning round. And by the way, play the lightning round, 669-900-6833, or use the one tap on your smartphone to do the Facebook stuff. John, would you please welcome our first caller?
I'd be glad to, from an undisclosed location that is about 10 to 15 feet on the other side of that wall. It's our very own Roddenberry archivist, and you know her from CBS. It's Holly Amos. Holly, welcome back to the show.
Hi.
How are things in there? I could pull one of those things on like an old David Letterman thing. I could put the headphones down. I could run in and I could wave from your webcam and then come back in here and finish the show. But thank you for keeping things locked down in there. Really appreciate it.
No problem.
All right. So you
go
ahead,
on. Forgive me, Holly. You were on the show before. You were on with Bobak one time. Did you?
I was. Yeah, that was actually before Roddenberry hired me. I was working for a licensed video game at the time, which is actually no longer a thing. But yeah, I was here talking about that. And after that went away, Roddenberry decided to hire me to help maintain their archive. So I'm here.
Well, that's cool. I mean, first of all, a blast from the past for you. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah. And for people who are listening later, it was actually one of the promotional cards they gave away for that video game that Holly was talking about. The reason I brought up the fact that you were on before, though, is did you play the lightning round that time?
I did, yeah. I was very indecisive.
Then I'm sorry, you're disqualified. I didn't even realize.
We got all new
questions.
Yeah, we got some new questions here for sure. By the way, everybody knows Holly. There's Carlos, Chris, Barry, Matthew, Rick, just everybody saying, hey, Holly, yay, it's Holly. Scott Palm, hey, Holly. So everybody excited to see a returning champion to the lightning round. So.
It's not, she's not a champion. There's
I don't think
no competition.
People might have been wagering.
Everybody is a winner. No, I say everybody is a winner who plays the lightning round, except for that one guy.
Because
that was, man. I hope his eye's okay. Anyway, are you ready, Holly, to play the lightning round tonight? Or did you have anything else? Did you have anything else you wanted to bring up first? I'm sorry, I'm not trying to rush you.
No, I'm ready to play lightning round, as indecisive as I am. We'll see. I'm going to be indecisive. I'm just letting you know that in advance.
By the way, just for people to know, Holly is killing it in the archive. Like if there was an award for being the champion of the archive, that is Holly's strength right there. So
thanks.
Yeah,
there's lots of stuff to kill back there too. So it's good that we have her.
Yeah,
I believe you have the first set of questions, Mr.
All right, here we go. Lightning round part 1 coming up right now for you, Holly. Your own starship or the power of the Q?
Oh God, my own starship.
Okay, good. EMH or McCoy?
Oh shit.
It's a family show, Holly. It's a family show.
Sorry. Oh, see, I'm terrible at this. Probably McCoy. That was going to be my first. Yeah, McCoy.
Transporter or shuttle?
Transporter.
Who's your captain?
Cisco.
Ooh. Favorite holodeck character?
Probably Sherlock Holmes.
Nice. Nicely done. Favorite warp speed?
Not 10, so that I turn into a lizard. Anything under that.
Anything under 10. Okay, fair enough. Yeah.
It's the date night, Holly. Do you go to the Arboretum or do you go to 10 forward?
10 forward.
All right. And finally, your favorite bad episode of Star Trek?
Sub Rosa.
Oh, nice.
Whoa.
Okay.
Wow.
And I'm sorry, bonus finally. Have you ever been to Vulcan, Alberta, Canada?
I have not.
Well, it's okay. I hear it's licensed. So
John Van Sitter's at CBS. When I worked for him, he talked about that. I think he did it before I worked at CBS, but he did talk about how it was weird going to a city to license it.
Yeah, I can see where that would be on.
Very many other people had done that in the licensing realm.
Now, wait a minute. Did they have to jack up their taxes to pay the licensing fee? I mean, this just sounds like a whole thing.
I have no idea. I don't even know what the license fee is.
Okay.
Let me ask a couple of follow-up questions really quickly to yours, because I was curious about some of your answers. You said your favorite holodeck character is Holmes. I assume you mean Moriarty?
No, like Data as Sherlock Holmes.
Oh, okay.
But he's not really like it. I like the Sherlock Holmes stuff.
Okay. Oh, have you heard about the new Nicholas Meyer novel?
Yes. Yeah.
Right.
It's on my list to read because I keep seeing Mike Okuda keeps posting about it. And I'm actually friends with Nick Meyer's daughter.
Really?
And yeah, Dylan. She's a lovely gal. Cool. Yeah, so it's on my very lengthy list of things that I need to read.
And if you don't mind my asking, why is Cisco your captain?
That's a really long answer.
Okay.
I grew up with the Next Generation. I grew up with those three: Voyager, TNG, and Deep Space Nine. And you would think that I would say Picard, because Picard was the captain that I wasn't introduced to Star Trek via TNG because I had been exposed to the original series before. My parents were fans. I was born 16 months before the Next Generation premiered. But Picard was like the captain that I have my first memories of. But I thought that Cisco was a little bit more human. I thought Picard feels a little bit holier than thou sometimes. And I've always felt that Cisco is a little bit of a better representation of humans.
Interesting.
That's the short answer.
It's a good answer, and I appreciate it. I wasn't, as I said before, wasn't challenging on it. I was just kind of curious. Hey, do me a favor. If you will watch the rest of the show and then jot down all of the questions as we ask them, you will have the home edition of this game, which is, of course, the prize for playing tonight's edition of the Lightning Round.
Yes, perfect. Hey, by the way, before we let Holly go, somebody says, Casey says, favorite holodeck character, the Small Riker from Hollow Pursuits. Good answer.
Riker,
and then Rick says, did you ever see Holly's cosplay of Lara from the TAS episode, The Jihad? Awesome deep cut. Yes,
yes.
That is a fantastic costume. So.
That's not even my deepest cut, but thank you.
Well, what do you consider your deepest cut, though?
My comic book, Gillian Taylor.
Oh, sure. Of course.
Yeah, because she doesn't even appear on screen with that on. So
good call.
But yeah, Laura's a really fun character to cosplay, and I had fun making that costume. Thanks.
I gotta say, it's a pleasure to talk to you again. Thank you very much for starting us off tonight. We do actually have some other people lined up to play the game, but it's really awesome to talk to you, and thanks for getting us going.
No problem. Have fun, you guys.
All right. See ya. Well,
669-900-6833 is the phone number to call. 669-900-6833. Although I'm told we have a lot of people lined up, so I may stop giving out the number.
Oh, that makes me so happy. And the next person who is lined up and ready to go, an old friend of ours, you may remember him from, a late night in Vegas in a room party. Let's welcome back the Vice Admiral. Here he is. How are you tonight, sir?
I am well. How are you both?
We're doing okay.
Doing all right.
All right. Yeah.
Great to see you. Great to hear from you.
Yeah. Well, I'm so glad that you decided to give us a call and join us with a little lightning round action. And look, we're just going to have fun. We will only correct you if it's necessary.
Well, then I'll try to make it necessary.
All right. So here we go. First question up. Who would you rather deal with, Trelane or Charlie X?
Trelane.
Who would you rather hang with, Kirk or Riker?
Hang with? Probably Riker. Yeah, Riker.
Who would you rather fly with, Zephram Cochrane in the Phoenix or Cisco in the Bajoran solar ship?
Cochrane. Phoenix.
Okay.
Better music.
Yeah, good music for sure. For sure. And look, and he took a sip to get the courage to go in that thing. Cisco's just all like, oh, it's great. I made it out of wood. We're going to go to space.
I didn't see a bar on the on the solar sailor. So.
No, they just had those ration packs, and nobody wants that. Jake knew it was up. He was like, forget this. Who would you rather dine with? Breakfast with Crusher and Picard or lunch with Garak and Bashir? Oh,
Garak and Bashir, beyond a doubt.
Really? Okay.
You do know I have a simple house cat named Elam.
Nice.
Did not realize that.
Just a simple house cat.
Just a simple house cat.
You've defected. Have you gone Romulan, Klingon, or Cardassian?
I'm going to have to go Cardassian.
Cardassian. Interesting. We might come back to that. In your opinion, spores are for A, traveling the galaxy, or B, huffing?
Traveling the galaxy.
Loser. I'm sorry. Interesting is what I meant to say. Thank you.
All right, Vice Admiral, this is going to be a multi-part question here. So the premise is you have to get rid of one. Now, part A, Wesley Crusher or Jake Sisko?
I'm going to get rid of Jake.
Whoa. Okay. All right. B, Beverly Crusher or Deanna Troi?
Deanna.
All right. And you have to get rid of one, Neelix or Barclay?
Neelix.
Interesting.
Wow, really?
Interesting choices.
Okay.
Wow.
All right. Why Cardassian?
I'm going to go with the fact that, as you have rightly stated during the episodes we've watched so far of DS9 that involve the Cardassian culture, they have done a lot more of fleshing them out and giving them a well-rounded sort of backstory and everything else. And I think that alone gives you a little more option. If you're going to be stuck as somebody, you might as well be stuck with somebody who, has a little bit more room to be themselves without being a monoculture. And not that they're not, but they're less of one.
Okay. I feel like the only people we're coming into contact with are the monoculture people, but occasionally you do get other people who come through, like Quark's ex-girlfriend is leading some kind of resistance and stuff like that. I mean, you have people who believe what they believe, but you do also have other people who believe differently in a way. Whereas the Romulans are all very Romulan, with the exception of I can't remember that one. John, the guy defected.
Defector, Admiral Jarek.
The
he
defector.
Was. So wait, but there is in the episode though. The title of the episode, Ken, was the defector.
The defector. That's right. Yeah,
that's the one with the defector in it.
He's the only Romulan that we've seen. What? Say again?
I think it was Admiral Jarek, wasn't it?
Yep.
I don't remember. It was James Sloyan. I remember that. It was the actor.
Oh yeah, it was.
He was fantastic. Yeah. But do you have a question for us, sir?
Do I have a question for you? Well, I could answer a bunch, but we have a whole lot of people in line here. So I will ask this and this alone. Have we had Rod do this yet?
Oh,
I don't remember. I think he must have.
Okay.
I
don't recall, but that doesn't mean it hasn't happened.
Yeah, John was out of town one time and Rod was on as a guest. And I feel like we might have done it then. I'm not sure. But yeah, we can do that. We can do that sometime.
You know what? I think that should just become a thing. I might just troll the halls of the office here whenever he's here and just yell into his office, Trelane or Charlie X, and then give him a little time to look it up on Memory Alpha. Get back to me.
Yep.
Then, that'll be our bit. It'll be our thing.
Resource for everybody, right?
Oh, I'll tape it. I'll tape it every time I do it. And we'll release that as a series on YouTube. Rod plays a lightning round.
Little vines on YouTube, like
yeah, I like it. All right, man. Hey, so great to see you again.
You too. And I wish we had more time, but I will try to get on here a little more often. We can actually do some serious discussion.
Fantastic. Looking forward to it, man. Have a great night.
You too, guys. Take care.
All right. Bye-bye.
Are we giving the number? Or are we not giving the number?
I don't think we have to. I don't think we have to. You just go right into our next caller because I see him standing by. That would be Brandon. And there he is. Hello, Brandon.
Hey, guys. How's it going?
Good. How you doing tonight?
I'm doing fantastic. Long-time listener, first-time caller.
Wow,
cool. Are you at work right now, or what's happening?
I am. I'm doing some overtime at work right now. I transitioned from one position to another, and then they canned the guy that they replaced me with, so I'm having to help out.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
And I could have told him it was stupid to get rid of you for that other guy. I'm not sure I heard that right. I'm sorry. I'm trying to ingratiate myself too, and I apologize.
Yeah.
It's all good.
Are you ready to play? Are you ready to play tonight's game?
I was born ready, Nick. That's an obscure reference from Boogie Nights.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Wow.
Nice. All right. We're going there. Okay.
All right. Roller Girl or the other one? Again. Okay. Here we go. Favorite Star Trek series?
Deep Space Nine.
All right. Favorite Star Trek bad guy?
Well, see, that's tough because there's not really bad guys. They're just misunderstood. But I'd have to go say Cardassians.
Okay.
Interesting.
Any particular Cardassian in there?
Garrick's my favorite character in Star Trek. But I mean, even Gul Dukat. I love Gul Dukat so much. I think he is such a character that's got so many layers, and there's so much wonderful stuff that's coming in the watch of DS9 here.
Very good. Favorite beast from Star Trek?
Oh, favorite beast. Oh, probably something along the lines of the Mugato.
Ooh, all
nice.
Right. Big, nice. Right. Okay, transporter or shuttle?
I'd probably go shuttle. I like to kick back with a good book on my trip, listen to some podcasts while I hit the road.
Good.
Less of a chance of having your molecules scrambled as well, so that's good.
Yes.
Bravest time traveler, Dr. Gillian Taylor or Michael Burnham?
I think Gillian Taylor, because she did not know what was ahead of her. That is a true explorer at heart. She's like, you know what? You need somebody in the future that's going to deal with whales. Let's go check it out. It doesn't matter where we're going. I love my whales.
Interesting.
All right.
Let's see. Porthos or Ichaya?
Definitely Porthos. I'm an Enterprise guy. I was hosting the Warp 5 podcast on Trek FM here for a while, and we did a special episode all about Porthos.
Wow. I'm sorry, a whole episode about Porthos?
Yeah, we just talked about Porthos, and we talked about the episodes that he was in and how we showed up on the show and everything like that.
All right.
So. Oh, I respect that so much. I think that's great. I would do the same thing if we weren't locked into an endless cycle of how Mission Log is created. All right. So now, Brandon, at some point, we're going to be done with your lightning round. We'll have to move on to the next lightning round. I don't know who that person is. How many Quatlus are you putting on the newcomer?
12.
Okay, 12 Quatlus on the newcomer. And finally, why is Captain Kirk climbing a mountain?
Because it's there.
That's fair. That's fair. Yeah.
We do have to ask the other question as well, especially because I'm sensing a tiny bit of an accent.
Yes.
Have you ever been to Vulcan, Alberta, Canada?
I have, and I was there with you guys. So I've been to Vulcan, Alberta 4 times now. I've actually hosted a couple of panels there on the convention. And last year when I was there, I took my mission log patches that were sent to me by you guys, and I took some pictures of your mission log patches on the Starship. And
That's right.
To you guys.
I remember that now. That's right. So they've got the big, for people who don't know, they've got the big Enterprise. I mean, it's not life size or anything, but it's bigger than the one sitting back here. They got the big Enterprise like right in the middle of town, right?
They do, yeah. And they're working on trying to get a bird of prey there as well on the other end of town. So it's if you could search it online, they're trying to do get a petition in order, and I think it's happening. They're hoping to have it within the next year or so, but they want to get a bird of prey. So right now they can advertise that it's been cloaked. But
oh, that's cute. I like that. I don't want to. I don't want to tell them how to run their city. It's called Vulcan. Mm-hmm. Maybe a Vulcan ship. I'm not. Whatever. I know they're not as recognizable, but maybe a Vulcan ship.
Well, I think it's more because of the Klingon fandom. Like it would bring the Klingons there. Like Klingons have their own fandom that's really next level. When you get Klingon fans, like they are hardcore Klingon fans. They've got ranks, they've got ceremonies. When I was in Vulcan last year, they did a ceremony for all the guests there and gave them cowboy hats and stuff like this, and they made them say a pledge and all this. It's really cool, and they really go into it. They make the celebrities feel welcome, and so just a shout out to all our wonderful friends that come up to Vulcan every year. And they come from all over. They come all the way from down in the States every year for this little convention in Vulcan. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I didn't know there were hats involved. I mean,
white cowboy hats.
And holding out.
John's leaving now.
Yeah,
John's right. On his way now.
Just gonna hop in the car and head up.
Not till next summer, I think. But right. You'll beat the rush.
Yeah,
so that's good.
By the way, just going back to your answer here on shuttle versus transporter, Chris does point out in the chat, shuttles are made to get lost or on DS9 to get destroyed. So still might want to weigh that out with the transporter thing. Not saying you're wrong, not saying I disagree with you, but there's more to the answer here to be weighed out.
Well, I'm going to take it to the Norpin colony there and hang out with Scotty.
Okay. Good. Fair enough. All right, Brandon, thank you so much. Excellent to see you. And we appreciate you playing the lightning round tonight.
Awesome. Thank you. Before I want to say goodbye here, I just want to give a special shout out to Ken and thank him for his wonderful POVs on the Deep Space Nine episodes. I'm really enjoying getting new perspectives, and keep doing what you're doing. I love it.
Thank you very much, man. I really appreciate that.
You're welcome, bud. Thank you.
All right.
Keep up the great work, guys. Bye-bye.
Cheers, Brandon. Bye.
669-900-6833 is the phone number to call. 669-900-6833. Fun fact about that phone number, it is something I say while I'm trying to figure out the next thing we're supposed to do.
That's the way radio works.
669-900-6833, or use the one tap from your smartphone or do the Facebook thing. John, I know that we have a friend from Twitter coming on in just a moment, but first you got a bit of business to do right here in the middle, don't you?
Yeah, I do have a little bit of business here. So one of the people that you will see in the chat tonight, who's a big supporter of our show and a friend of the show, that is Chris Riker. And yes, that is his real last name. Didn't just make that up to intrigue all of you Star Trek fans. He let us know that he has a new book out called Come the Eventide. And you can go check it out at cometheeventide.com. And I'll just read you what he sent me. Now, first of all, it is not a Trek story, but it is definitely filled with Trek-inspired themes. So those of you who listen to Mission Log who are interested in the themes, the morals, meanings, messages, if you will, may be interested in checking this out. Might even have an Easter egg or two in there. So how does one describe his book? Well, the short answer is dolphins are out to save the world. But I'll give you a longer version here really quickly. A century has passed since the fall of humanity changed the natural landscape. The oceans are poisoned, and a fraction of Earth's magnificent creatures remain. The only surviving humans squabble over limited resources as they cling to a fragile peace. Yet, in this bleak landscape, hope lives on in Earth's other intelligent life. Yes, there is other intelligent life. It all begins when Septiel, a seven-armed octopod, I'm going to say that 4 times fast, has a vision of a world restored, a world she will not live to see. Inspired by her vision, a dolphin named Muriel shoulders her mission and enlists any humans who will listen, including Anadare, a young islander with an axe to grind against the oppressive ruling class of tourists turned bureaucrats. Tourists, bureaucrats, same thing. An invasion of cannibalistic pirates complicates things as they declare war on a world that rejects them. As tensions rise to a crescendo, islanders, tourists, and pirates alike must put aside their differences to send Muriel on her greatest journey yet, beyond the sea, beyond form, beyond time itself. So, Come the Eventide by Chris Riker. It is available now on Amazon or at cometheeventide.com, or just take a look at the info on screen. Thank you, Chris Riker, for supporting our show, for being here every week and saying hi to us. And everybody, go check out his book. It's great when our listeners are creative and talented writers. So
I love finding out about stuff like that, right?
Right? Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
Love that. Yeah.
That is very cool. 669-900-6833 is the phone number to call. 669-900-6833. If the line's busy, I'm pretty sure you're doing it wrong. We do have our next player up, Spock's Brian.
I love that. It's not Spock's brain.
No, is that what we call you, like, for real? Because I know that's what we call you on Twitter. What should we call you in real life?
Sure. It's Brian.
Okay.
Brian. I just go by, it's just a clever name I thought up.
Yeah,
it
it's
is
cute.
very clever. I love
Fantastic.
it.
Although I will tell you honestly, I read it for about a year as Spock's Brain before John was like, I think you're reading it wrong. That's fine. Thank you very much for calling in. Are you ready to play the game, or did you have something you wanted to say, bring up, discuss first?
Oh, no, I'm just glad to be here. Thanks for inviting me, and I'm excited to play the lightning round.
Great. Well, we're glad you're here. Without further ado, here's the most important question of your day. Ractigino or tea Earl Grey hot?
Oh, it has to be Ractigino.
Has to be. Okay.
Has to be.
All right. Like strong stuff. Got it. Okay. Now, here's something very important to me as just a fashion choice. Do you go with the gold tunic or do you go with the green wraparound?
I don't really think I have. Just like William Shatner, I don't have the figure for the green wraparound. I'll go with
Best answer of the night. Well done. Well done.
Tranya or Scotch?
Well, I'm an alcoholic, 20 years sober, so I'm going to skip the Scotch. I've always been curious about Tranya, though. Maybe
okay.
Try
an alien thing that I can drink and be okay with.
Yeah, we can get you a virgin Tranya. I'm pretty sure we can do that because we know the guy who made the recipe, and there's only some liquor, and you probably wouldn't miss it. Your own starship or the power of Q?
The power of Q is too much power with no boundaries. Has to be. I would choose the starship.
Nice. Okay.
Destiny that way.
You need to go to the hospital and need to see a doctor. Do you go for McCoy or the EMH?
I mean, it has to be McCoy, right? Like, how could you? He's the OG.
He is. He is the OG. But remember, these guys are separated by over 100 years. And I just wonder about, do I go with McCoy's charming bedside manner or do I go with the advanced technology, even though he's kind of a jerk, of the EMH? It's a big trade-off there.
It is a big trade-off, but even McCoy's level of medicine is 300 years beyond anything we could get here.
Yeah, okay. Good point.
Right. What was it? What is it from Star Trek 4? The doctor gave me a pill and now my liver's all better or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't have dialysis anymore. All right. Now, you have a choice here. Would you rather have a conversation with Mr. Hom or Morn?
Morn. He talks more.
He does. Okay. All right. He does.
Which is more addictive, the game from the game or the game Dig Dug?
The game from the game.
Yeah, probably so. It was made to be that, wasn't it? I mean, yeah, Dig Dug was only made to take your quarters. And then finally, who's your favorite Star Trek? Oh no, next to finally, I apologize. Who's your favorite Star Trek bad guy?
Gul Dukat.
Interesting. And then the last question, John, do you want to do the last question or shall I?
Yeah. Hey, Brian, have you ever been to Vulcan, Alberta, Canada?
I have not, but I hear it's lovely.
Yeah, well, right. Yeah. Brandon will tell you it's lovely if you ask him. Yeah.
Be careful, though, because apparently lots of Klingons.
Yeah.
Anything else on your mind tonight, sir? Anything else you'd like to hit? Or, John, did you have a question about any of the... Actually, I had a question, forgive me, about one of the questions.
Sure.
I can't picture the gold tunic.
No, I mean, just the regular gold command uniform.
Oh,
are you going with that, or you to go? Depending on what Shatner shape you're in, do you take that, or you take the gold wraparound?
Wow, what Shatner shape you're in?
If I could pick any command uniform, it would be that Picard season 5 with the vest and the shirt underneath it. That's
Oh, see, I thought you were going to go with the Picard jacket with the suede and the shoulder pads, because that's pretty cool too.
With open shoulder pads on from season 5.
Yeah, that's good stuff. All right, man. Well, we expect to see Halloween pictures of you wearing either of those.
Any of them will do.
Any of them is fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, man. Ryan, thank you so much for calling in tonight.
Excellent. Thanks, guys. We'll talk to you
Cheers.
soon.
Take care.
Bye.
All right. So now this is interesting. So we just talked about him like he wasn't even here. And guess what? He's here. It's Chris Riker on the phone to play the lightning round. Chris, how you doing?
Doing pretty well. How you guys doing?
Doing very well.
Thank you, by the way, for the shout out.
I hope we did justice to it. I mean,
you did fine justice to it.
Okay. All right. Thank you for saying that. Wanted to make sure. So, well, hey, thanks for calling in. I believe this is the first time you've called in, right?
I think so. I sent you a taped thing way back when you were just starting this beastie. It got on. It got on, and thank you for that. But yeah, I don't want to hog your airtime.
No, not at all. So here we go. If you're ready, just strap in. Time for the lightning round.
Here we go.
You ready? All right.
Sure.
All right. Question number 1. Is Riker your real name?
It really is. And my middle name is, well, I hate to say it, Wilbur, but you could say Will if you want to.
Wow. You could seriously go by Will Riker and it'd be fine. I mean, here's the thing. When you first introduce yourself, people would be like, that's a bit much, isn't it? But it's true. So
it is. Everyone calls me Commander Riker.
Oh, there you go. That was a bonus question one, by the way. Here are the real ones now. Chaya, Porthos, or Spot?
Spot. I'm a cat person.
All right.
Especially a bad cat person.
Like you kill them, or like you like bad cats?
No. I like cats that are bad.
Oh, okay.
That's kind of cat.
That's a much better answer than the one I was afraid of. Let's see. What is your favorite tech from Trek?
What is my favorite which?
Tech. Your favorite technology from the Star Trek universe.
Oh, wow. I mean, a starship. Gotta be. Oh. So warp drive, the ability to get to new worlds.
Perfect. All right. Well, and then the perfect follow-up to that, favorite starship.
I'm going to go with the Reliant, just because I love the layout, and that's not to not love on the Enterprise. Pretty much all of them, but the Reliant is just a cool-looking ship to hang out on.
Yeah, and if you had to park one, I mean, way better to have to park the Reliant than the Enterprise, especially if it's like a parallel job. Much rather have
that. And it has rich Corinthian leather too. So.
It does.
It does. It's fine Corinthian leather. Yeah. I have an XL Reliant that I nearly put right here tonight. I'm kind of sorry I didn't now, but yeah, that's my ship too.
One day
you
have to take us on a tour of your favorite ships behind you, each of you.
Oh, sure. I'm good with that. We should absolutely do that.
Kind of looking at all of them. Plus, it's an audio podcast as well. But call in at some point. Yeah, I mean, maybe we should do a thing.
We'll talk about it.
Do a thing for the website, maybe. Anyway, I'm sorry. I interrupted the flow of the questions. I apologize, John. Please continue.
It's fine. Okay. Next up, Enterprise Christmas Party or Bajoran Gratitude Festival?
Oh, Enterprise Christmas Party.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. That is the correct answer.
Because that's where you meet Helen Noel.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, that's the Science Lab Christmas Party, which I have a feeling gets a little more crazy because they're like, Christmas, and then they just start drinking. A holodeck.
They make the best drink.
Well, I would imagine. Yeah, that's where Synthahol probably came from. Let's see, the holodeck or Risa.
Risa.
Interesting.
Okay.
Yeah. I might want to come back to that question. What's your favorite Star Trek movie?
Well, it's Twak. I mean, Wrath of Khan. Gotta be. But I like both, all of the efforts that Nicholas Meyer added into the movies, because that's like, 2.5 movies or something like that?
Yeah, I think so. It was Star Trek 6 he wrote and directed. Star Trek 2 he wrote and directed. And Star Trek 4 I think he wrote. Is that correct?
I know he's got a contribution in there. So yeah, the even ones.
Yeah, that's true.
But Wrath of Khan, sure. That made me see Star Trek on the big screen for the first time, really, because the motion picture was wonderful, but it's like, so close, so close to the series, but not quite there.
All right. Next two questions, and I'm sorry, almost because we have the bonus. It is. It's built in. It's baked in. It's baked in. I should read ahead sometimes. 10 forward or quarks?
Quarks.
Sure.
You never know who you'll meet.
Yeah, more likely to get stabbed or maybe win money or something like that. Either way. Yeah, 10 forward is so much more predictable.
That sounds like places I visited when I was younger.
Sure, of course. Now, speaking of visiting places, Chris, have you ever been to Vulcan, Alberta, Canada?
No, and I won't go until they get Vulcan ships and also some Lirpas to replace those Batleths.
Okay. All right. You have a point.
Now, the question I had, although I think you kind of answered it with your quarks answer as well, when we said holodeck or RISA, I'm curious, is that because of... Talk to me more about that, because RISA is finite, right? I mean, they offer what they offer and that's it, whereas the holodeck offers whatever you want, but there's a hint of danger in quarks over 10 forward. Tell me why RISA over the holodeck, if you would.
I'm getting an image of Dax in a swimsuit and and finding out for certain that her spots go all the way down.
Oh.
There, I asked.
So yeah. I appreciate the honesty.
I don't know if you've gotten to that episode yet on DS9, but yeah, they go to Risa and she has a lovely one piece.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
I've not gotten there yet, I don't think. But hey, did you have anything else for us, or are we moving right along?
I think you should move along. There's some other folks behind me, and I'm very happy to have been speaking with you. And thank you again for mentioning my book.
No problem at all. Thanks a lot, Chris. Have a great night, okay?
Live long and prosper.
Cool.
669-900-6833 is the phone number to call, 669-900-6833, or you can use the one tap from your smartphone, or if you're on Facebook, facebook.com/Mission Log Pod. Why am I doing that? Sorry, if you're on there, click on the link and the meeting code is right up at the top. I'm sorry, I was just thinking, like, people who are listening to this recording, right? People who are listening to the podcast, this could have been your game. This could have been your night. So, when we say join us live, because you never know what's going to happen. Like this person who's calling in now, he had no idea earlier, probably, and here we are.
Yeah, no, I believe that's Matthew who we're going to say hi to, and clearly had no idea that he was going to be on Mission Log Live tonight. Matthew, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah. See, now you're just a guy who just happened to hear about Mission Log Live. You're just like, oh, hey, I'll call in. And you're just like, oh, look at this. Yeah.
Halloween week where I teach, they thought I'm in Japan. They thought it was a ninja costume or a Russian uniform. So.
Nice. For the people who, by the way, are not watching, for the people listening later, he's wearing basically the Kirk outfit. I mean, he's dressed as
gold versus green. That's clear.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Well, you look like $1 million, and cool location that you've got there too.
Have you seen the anime Summer Wars?
No.
It's anime. This is Wada Castle, which is featured in that. So nice little sci-fi sort of look.
Wow, that is super cool, man. Well, I can't thank you enough for calling in and being theme appropriate.
Yeah. Hey, I'm on the other side of the world. Can I flip the tables and lightning round you guys?
Oh, please bring it on.
I'm going to ask you to do me a favor. Come a little bit closer to your microphone so that we can hear you better. Okay. And then I'm very excited about this.
Yes.
Okay. First one, best hair in Trek.
Ooh. I go season 1 Kirk. That toupee is a magnificent structure, and it only got worse later on. But they just that was peak hair technology.
And as a guy who shaves his head intentionally, I'm going to go season 4 Cisco.
That's actually my choice. Okay, second one, most impractical starship.
Does it have to be Federation?
No.
Okay, because my first choice is a Romulan warbird, because you have a lot of empty space. Like you have the bridge way up front, and you got some stuff behind that, and then a huge distance to get to the lower hull or the lower decks there. Makes it, you would have to, like, if you live down there, you would have to get beamed to work if you worked on another part of that ship. Runner up would be the Grissom, which is a cool design. But again, like if I work on the bridge and I live in the secondary hull, come on. Seriously, guys, come on. Yeah. Ken?
Well, only because we watched Explorers for this week's episode of Mission Log. I got to go with that wooden solar thing. I mean, I love the fact that it happened. I love the fact that it was proven to be possible. And it really is gorgeous. And it's just falling apart, like almost from the second they leave. Right. And they don't know how to use the bathroom. And there's no bar, as was pointed out to us earlier. So, I mean, for any number of reasons, I got to say that's horribly impractical.
Yeah.
Okay. Here we go. Starfleet brass you most want to sucker punch. Admirals,
Jellicoe.
Commodores, ambassadors.
Well, admirals, I would think, but Jellicoe, really.
Yeah, I can't disagree with you there about Jellicoe. I mean, Todman's pretty awful. Man, it's harder to come up with a list of the ones that you like. I like Nechayev. But yeah, Jellicoe should really get a good punch.
Although, Admiral Marcus, Carol Marcus's dad from Into Darkness, really actually caused us a lot more trouble than most other admirals have.
Yeah.
Maybe him. If we're in the JJ verse.
How were you injured on the holodeck?
Cannot be repeated on air.
Yeah,
cannot be repeated on air.
I could show you, but that's only for the premium viewers.
Yeah, I have to see a specialist.
After dark. Yeah, it's not good.
Okay, tell me if I need to shut up. I got 3 more.
No,
Trippiest Trek.
Trippiest Trek?
Psychedelic, yeah.
I mean, I immediately go for Space Hippies, Way to Eden. I love that show. I think that it takes a lot of unnecessary criticism or maybe misplaced criticism. I think it's a really cool show. It's got a cool vibe.
Reach, man.
Yeah, we reach.
Yeah, it's hard not to go early on because I got to figure it's either The Magics of Magus 2 or And the Children Shall Lead. Because, I mean, it was a time in TV, right? I mean, maybe, what was the one? Move Along Home, maybe. I mean, that's like one of the wackiest episodes, like from later Trek, right? Because 60s and into the 70s, it's like, it's the devil, and it's fine, and it's kind of time travel, and it's not really. I mean, all that's kind of tricky, but at the same time, it's sort of expected from 60s and 70s television. So maybe Move Along Home. I don't know.
Ugh.
Yeah. Mine's got to be a scene. Just belay that order. That's fine. Scariest Trek.
Oh my!
Probably not Cat's Paw.
No, well, it's scary for a different reason. It's not scary because it actually scares you. It's scary because it's awful. So that's pretty terrible. What's the one? Genesis. I think not a great episode, but man, they did a good job of capturing that David Cronenberg body horror kind of thing. I want no part of that. Yeah. How about you?
I think I have to go with the Corbomite maneuver, and not for when they were doing the countdown. And here's the thing: I know that they're going to survive that episode, and I can't even remember. It's like halfway through season 1, I believe. I know they're going to survive that episode, but every time they're doing the countdown, every time we're just looking at, sort of the, not even acceptance, but the understanding that they're about to die. I felt it every single time. So it's not like it scared me, like it freaked me out, but it always gets me emotionally every time.
Okay. Last one, then I'll leave you, but this one does have a correct answer. Best 10 forward performance.
Oh man, and it has a correct answer. Damn,
guys.
Oh wow.
Go ahead, give yours. I'll give you mine too. But
I'm drawing a blank here because when I think about 10 forward, honestly, what I think about is power play when it gets taken over, and there's some good moments in there. I know you're thinking like performance, while I'm thinking about just Deanna getting all up in that chocolate sundae. So no, yeah, I really don't know a performance that I love there. I mean, Ken, is anything jumping to mind of something there?
No, I'm trying to remember what was the time that who was it that went up to the bar and just started singing? Had Picard been like taken over by something or something? And he leads them all in some rousing rendition of something.
Yeah, like they do like a drinking song, like a nautical a sea shanty. Yeah,
and
that's good stuff.
It all ends up being bad, but at the time it's like, oh, that's kind of interesting, if not nice.
Okay. I'm an accomplished cellist. They're always playing classical music, but my answer had to be Ode to Spot.
Oh, okay. All right.
All right, guys, you got a few more callers, so I'm going to leave you now. Thanks for letting me turn the tables on you a bit.
Matthew, thank you so much. Please call in anytime. Love to get a call from halfway around the world when you do this more often.
When I have vacations, I call.
All right. Cheers, man. Have a great day. Bye-bye.
You know what always weirds me out about calls like that, John?
What's that?
We were just listening to a bird from around the world. That's always so weird to me when it's like, there's a thing happening, thousands of miles away, but we can hear that.
Technology is awesome.
It is pretty cool. Hey, a couple of things really quickly before we get to hopefully one or two more callers. I want to remind everybody about all the other podcasts they can listen to on the Roddenberry Podcast Network. What are those, you say? Well, it's stuff like Mission Log. You may have heard of that one. Of course, this show, Mission Log Live, Women at Warp, Priority One, The Trek Files, Daily Star Trek News, and Shabam.
Shabam!
All kinds of stuff. Oh, nice. Thank you.
I
didn't pause because we're tight on time, but well done. All kinds of stuff for a bunch of different, kinds of Trek needs, interests, what have you. And then Shabam is like its own sort of separate thing. You want to get the kids interested in learning a whole bunch of really interesting science stuff. And, also in a compelling sort of the world's about to end, but we can probably fix it sort of way. Shabam's the one to check out. So check all of those things out, podcast.roddenberry.com, or if you've got extra time, podcasts.roddenberry.com. See, either way you do it, you're going to be fine. Other thing I want to remind people of really quickly, I had asked Earl if he could put up the information again about Larry's thing, because that is coming up in just a few minutes. Robert Hewitt Wolf is going to be joining Larry over at Portal 47. That is happening live tonight. If you are listening to the recording, I am sorry you missed that, but you can check out Portal 47 and see what else is going on there. Robert Hewitt Wolf joins in about 6 or 7 minutes over at Larry's place. So check that out, and hopefully the information is up on the screen. If it's not right now, it will be by the time we're done, because Earl is just that good.
Over at Larry's place, coming to CBS this fall.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Starring a reanimated, like a computer generated, not reanimated Mikhail Stevens. No, what's his name?
McLean Stevenson.
McLean Stevenson. Thank you very much.
That's the one you're looking for.
Mikhail Stevens is the robot version.
He is, yeah. Hey, I want to apologize to people just really quickly. We are coming up against the clock. We are going to take at least one more caller to do the lightning round. But I also want to say thank you while you're all still there. The live show is always kind of a mystery. We don't know what's going to happen. It's not really planned that well. We don't know from week to week what will happen. You don't know who will call in. So thank all of you for doing this. And I tell you what, those of you who did not get on tonight, let's do this again the next week and the week after and the week after. We love to hear your opinions, whether we're doing something fun like this, a game, or if we're talking about new Trek, because of course there are short Treks coming out. And of course we got Picard and Disco all coming next year. So obviously you can do it. You can pick up the phone, you can click the link, you can do the thing. We want to hear from more of you. So for those of you who don't get on tonight, you know what to do. Next week, 6 days and 23 hours from now, you're going to do the same thing and we'll have a conversation. So with that said, let's talk to our last caller. I believe that would be David. David is here to play the lightning round. How are you doing tonight, David?
Oh boy, yes, I'm here. No pressure.
no pressure at all.
Not at all. No.
John, can I suggest group 2, since those are all new questions?
Group 2, yes.
All right.
Yes, absolutely. So we'll just go back down that same list.
Yeah, why not? Because that'll be fun. Because we've only done it one time before, and
we have.
Yeah. So I'll start us off. David, who would you rather deal with, Trelane or Charlie X?
Charlie X.
All right.
Okay. All right. Fair.
Trelane just a jerk.
Well, that's true. Yeah. Who would you rather hang out with, Kirk or Riker?
Riker.
Yeah, prefer the trumpet. Man, you sound a little put off about that. You're just like, Riker.
No, Kirk's really interesting, but Riker's more fun, I think.
Okay, fair enough. Now, who would you rather fly with? You got Zefram Cochrane in the Phoenix, or you got Cisco in the Bajoran solar ship?
Oh, Cisco by far. Cochrane's a drunk driver.
but he's got a ship that's actually, has electronics and an engine and
a sound system.
Yeah,
sound system.
That gives you time to get to know the guy, right?
That's true. Well, there's that too. Hey, who would you rather dine with? Breakfast with Crusher and Picard, or lunch with Garak and Bashir?
Lunch with Garak and Bashir. That just seems like it'd be more interesting, and Crusher and Picard is just too personal.
Okay, that sounds interesting too, though. You defected from the Federation. Who are you going to go with? Romulans, Klingons, or Cardassians?
Oh, Klingons. They're just they're more fun. Just more fun.
Okay. All right. So sort of like the Riker Kirk thing. You just go with who's more fun. All right. Spores. We got spores. What do you use them for? Do you travel the galaxy like in Disco, or do you huff those spores like in TOS?
Oh, no. Travel the galaxy, really. Huffing is I don't know, 2000.
Nobody's going to huff spores with you, Ken. I'm sorry.
I know. I don't understand, because I think
don't know.
They only have to try it one time, and I really, 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 really think they would like it.
Yeah.
The last question, of course, for you, David. Have you ever been to Vulcan, Alberta, Canada?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, it's interesting, because it's not the kind of question you would think somebody could throw you a curveball, and yet you succeeded, sir. Hey, thank you very much for being the last to play this all lightning round edition of Mission Log Live. We really do appreciate it.
Sure, thank you guys. Appreciate it.
Hey, that's awesome. And again, for all of you who didn't get on, please come back. Please come back next week or the week after, or whenever you can. I really look forward to talking to all of you. And with that said, look, I wish we could just keep doing this, because this has been a blast tonight. But alas, it comes to an end. Mission Log Live is produced by Roddenberry Entertainment, executive producer Rod Roddenberry, technical production on Mission Log Live by the incomparable Earl Green. Be sure to visit podcast.roddenberry.com for the latest from the Roddenberry Podcast Network, including Mission Log, Women at Warp, Priority One, The Trek Files, your daily Star Trek news, and Shabam.
Shabam.
If you would like to support Mission Log directly, give us a look at patreon.com/missionlog. Thanks to everyone who joined us live or later, and we will talk to you next week.